All right, do you guys remember this? Well, we think it turned out awesome, and so did the Nelsons. So they want us to help take over this camera and fix it up, make it look amazing. They've got a ton of good ideas for graphics, and we're hoping to collaborate together on making some beautiful, especially pink graphics.
And here we go.
You guys, I assume you've been in a Subway before?
Of course. Yeah.
So you know how on the walls in the Subway they have the pictures?
Yeah, of the sandwiches, or like a tomato.
Yeah,
or,
that's what I want to do, but for here.
Okay.
And stick them on the wall so it looks nice and pretty.
Okay. Are you thinking these whole walls, like everything? Because you could go, you know, I don't know, if you wanted to do a, let's say a 4-foot soda, you know what I mean, with your soda cups or something, where it's on the wall like that, so it's kind of like cut out pieces, right? Or you could do the whole wall, you know, whatever you guys want.
I was kind of just thinking of the same thing, maybe like vertical canvas pieces, maybe, and then like I did a bunch of pictures and sent them over, and like those pictures just on the canvas, just hang on the wall, just so it adds a little bit of something.
It's a little white in here, huh?
Yeah,
It's
very bright. Yeah, we wanted to do like this wall like pink or something, so when you walk by, you know, you see, just catches your eye immediately.
Is there anything you want to do like for you guys? So I always say like Easter eggs, right? So like more for you guys, but like maybe put a decal on the back of the sign that says, you know, like we love the people we work with, or you know, something simple like that. I don't know. I like to bring them up just so you can think about it. Because when we get to finally ordering the stuff, there's any like little stickers or any little things you want to toss in there. Usually, since you're making a bulk order, we can throw it in with that, and it makes it cheaper. You know.
Definitely, we could definitely do something like that.
Yeah, 100%. So it makes it fun here for you guys too.
Exactly.
More positivity in here.
Yeah, 100%. It could be near the dishwashing station. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we love washing dishes. You know, whatever it is.
And you got this whole area here. You guys could do something funny because no one out there will ever see it. You know, throw a meme up there or something.
100%. We can wrap just the front and just cut it flush, right? Or we can wrap like all the way around. I always like to ask because you're only going to see this part. But you know,
the whole goal of wrapping them is just to make it look a little less boring and stale in here.
For sure.
Yeah.
So maybe this one we wrap the side just because you can see this.
Yeah, for sure.
But the front isn't here.
Yeah, for sure. That's easy enough. 100%. And then I was thinking just like little 16 decals up here.
Yeah.
Just us. You know what I mean?
Just any ideas that we have.
Yeah. Cool.
We threw out the idea of matching the little overhang here, maybe with some pink and white stripes, but just any design that we can.
Yeah, pink and white stripes to make it like the circle 16.
Yeah, what we're trying to do for the most part is just brighten up the space. It's very white and very pink, but it's also very sterile with all the stainless steel and some of the lighting choices that we've made haven't worked out the greatest. We want to light up the corners a little bit more if possible.
Okay.
We're going to redo the sign that we have some ideas on to brighten it up. We just want to make it a lot more approachable because it's such a great spot, you know, with the pink overhang.
So now we're measuring everything. I use this awesome little measures app. So I'm measuring out these right now, and you can actually go in and give your exact dimensions on, you know, whatever we're measuring. It makes it really nice for the future.
Dude, I'm in my head right now thinking about designing, and I like the pink and white stripes a ton, so I think we're gonna play on that a lot. So I'm thinking this whole side.
We got the measurements. Time to cruise out. We got our newest Beyond the Event subscribers.
Make sure to subscribe.
And like
subscribe or die. Self-love.
Self-love. We got fans, guys. We got fans.
You know, their store's amazing. But you know, when you're in the back of a store and it's, you know, kind of blank, sometimes it can feel more like a hospital than, you know, like a work environment. And so what they want us to do is, you know, make it look good, make it feel homey while they're working back there. So we got our measurements. We're gonna head back to the shop and we're gonna, you know, design something up, see what they're thinking.
Several days later.
You know, you want different for your employees and everybody that's in there. We can change it and do whatever you guys can dream of for sure.
So this is a sneak peek at like the suites that'll come in. So it'll be like high luxury, kind of like that. So these aren't the final mock-ups. You'll get to see those later on in the week, but
I want the cars. I want the the cars.
As of right now, like pretty talented. This designer can do pretty much anything, and so they've come up with specific designs for the 16th Sweets and Soda Shop.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I don't know. Abby definitely saw a little bit more of that glimpse this past weekend.
Awesome.
So she's a little bit more.
So Selena is going to be doing a lot of. I'm guessing custom cookies, custom cakes, custom
like
whatever.
Everything, essentially.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really cool to add to the store. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Heck yeah. Well, so yeah, I chatted with Kyler and Tiffany. It wasn't last weekend. It was like the
I think
weekend.
it's about like 2 weekends ago.
Yeah. And I got a tiny bit of the vision, so I don't really know for sure, but I just started throwing stuff together from what I heard. But like, yeah, throw in all your input, whatever. All this is super easy to edit and adjust and everything. So
this collage is specifically requested from Tiffany.
But yeah, I like the idea of the collage, but it does make it tricky on that wall.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But I like these ideas.
Right. So yeah,
Make
again,
it colorful in there. You know?
Yeah,
it'd be a lot more pink.
which is what we need.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, all these are super rough. Any suggestions and feedback are super appreciated. But yeah, that's kind of where we are at right now.
What are your thoughts on all of this?
I like it. I love the fridge idea because
Keep it not stainless steel.
yeah. I mean that's just our problem is that everything is stainless steel, so it just makes it feel like that sterile look that we talked about.
Right.
Totally.
You could surround it, circles all the way around, or you could just do it like up here and not there. Cut it, do it just a square, because you can see them here, but it's not elevated enough for as you're walking by to notice that it's ice cream.
That was my first thought when we walked in, was doing something with the glass. It's industrial tape, right? So it would stay forever. It's a permanent application, but then you're not causing any damage. When you start drilling into tile, I've had issues. Yeah, it works, but you got to be careful. Yeah, you got to be careful for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, just getting that design out.
Okay. And did you want it to come off of the wall, or is it fine to be flush? What are your visions on it? Okay. Like the stand. Definitely. We'll do stand-ups. Yeah, 100%.
Sweet. Cool. And that gold trim just kind of brought something to my mind. Like, what if we found like gold framing kind of for around the edge of the acrylic, and so like they're all kind of gold framed, quote unquote.
Yeah. Do multiple flavors. We told Abby we would do a try a sample card for you guys for free, just so that you have something that looks like, it says 16 soda sweets and then a little try a sample. We just finished up with the Nelsons. Tiffany was there and her husband Benji, amazing people. They gave us a rundown of exactly what they want for their 16 soda shop. They're doing a little bit of a rebranding. We're coming up with them is, they've got 2 refrigerators. We're gonna be wrapping them all pink, of course. The Nelsons love the pink.
Oh, nice.
On the back wall, they actually have a big menu board with a gold foil edge, and it's kind of like side lit, super good looking sign. We're gonna be moving that from the front, where they have their menu right now, onto the back wall and replacing the image there. And then on the right side, we're actually gonna be doing some standoff acrylic pieces with pictures of the food that they serve. So it's gonna be, pictures of brownies. We're gonna have cookies, ice cream, all the good stuff that they have at their 16 Soda sweet shop. And then we're gonna be keeping you guys updated along the way. The design processes, the installation, and how awesome it turns out at the end.
Super excited about this one. It's always fun working with the Nelsons. They're so fun because we get to collaborate so much. Like we get to throw some design ideas out there. They bounce them back to us. We all kind of work together to make the right outcome come out. So super stoked about this one. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're creating that win-win situation. You know what I mean? Thank you, Nelsons, for letting us work with you. And we hope that we turn this beautiful 16 Soda shop into something that you love.
Several days later.
Have you ever wondered how you can change an industrial looking freezer such as this into a beautiful pink masterpiece?
So today we're at 16 Soda and Sweets, and we're gonna do a complete revamp. As you can see, the colors are a little white, a little stainless steel, and that's great. But as you know, the Nelsons, they love that pink. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of pink today. Let's check it out.
So what's that one?
So this right here is for the freezer doors.
Perfect.
Bang. So this is for the freezers right here, and it's got that 16 logo right dead center in the middle. So extra brand awareness, and we love that pink.
majorly important to prep your surfaces. So I use rubbing alcohol, and you want to majorly get into these little cracks and crevices, because if you lay your vinyl and there's any dust or grease or whatever, this is a kitchen, it won't stick and then it won't look good, right? So major thing is your prep before on any project. Prepping is kind of your main thing you want to do. I'm excited to make this place look beautiful today. So 2 days ago, we got approvals from the Nelsons, and I'm gonna walk you guys through the process, of how this vinyl got here today. So we got the approvals, we sent it out to our printer. Our printer was, able to print it. We were able to lam it as of yesterday, which is a lamination you put over the top of it so it has longevity. And then we were able to cut it last night, and then I rolled it up all beautifully, and now we're here to give it an install. So now we've got the vinyl applied. It's kind of the easiest part. So, laying it down is somewhat simple, but now it comes into, our finishing work. So as you can see, we've got all these tiny little cuts that we've got to make around these. We've got the flush cuts to make over here, on the bottom as well. So we're gonna give you guys kind of a walkthrough of how I usually do that. And it's about patience. You gotta go slow, because if you mess up those cuts, then this whole panel's ruined, right? So we'd have to go back, reprint, and then come back and reinstall. So I'm gonna take my time with it, make sure it looks perfect, because every customer deserves to have a perfect finished product. That's all I gotta say.
Alright guys, so on this freezer alone, what we're doing is we're still going to change that color to pink, right? But we want to throw the logo in there for a little more brand identity. And our plan is to cut this right down the middle, because as you can see, there's that slit, there's 2 doors. And our plan is to try to cut as middle and away from the logo as possible, so we see as much as we can, and we'll see how it turns out. Let's check it out.
So what you want to do when you're going around curved surfaces like this, you can see I'm getting it, as close as I physically can to finish right there. So when I go back to cut, it's a perfect cut. Rather than leaving it open like this, you can kind of see how I haven't tucked this in yet. And then sometimes you'll cut like this, and then it'll be short, and you'll see the chrome, or you'll see something something you don't want to see, right?
Doesn't that just make you want some ice cream? Let's try it.
So it's a few days later. We did this last week, and now we're gonna transition over to that wall, and we'll show you the final result shortly. Last time you were here, we had a gold sign up in this area. They've repurposed it with LED signage, which is amazing, where you have your TV menus and whatnot. We will be repurposing it on this back wall. So we're marking the wall, getting our dimensions. It's gonna look sweet. So today we're using some VHB tape from 3M. Our heaviest piece that we have here of acrylic is 13 pounds. I love this tape. It's like a forever tape. It's permanent, it's beautiful. It's one of those tapes that, you know, this could be up for 5 years. And then let's say you're changing the graphics or whatever. When you go to peel it off, you know, it's actually just gonna peel off the wall rather than leaving like a nasty goopy thing that you have to scrape off or something nasty like that. So it's worth investing that extra 10 bucks or 15 bucks in the tape just to, you know, just to be able to have that longevity first off, and then that ease of cleaning afterwards, because cleaning that bad tape always sucks. So. As we install all of these, and we're going to take them all off at the end for a special surprise. It's about to get really satisfying in here.
Y'all ready for some ASMR?
These are the best chocolate bars I've ever eaten in my life.
Dude, this makes me want to go to Hawaii and drink a 16 soda.
That's a wrap. Install went super smooth, as we expected.
Always awesome to work with the Nelsons. They make amazing designs. They're super easy to work with, and I mean, look how the graphics turned out. I think they turned out pretty awesome.
It's always nice working with really good designers because, yeah, I mean, it makes our job easy and kind of makes it so the problems fade away, you know?
Yeah. And if you look at the before and after, you can really see how graphics can completely change a space and really build that brand identity. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next one.